Today I'm going to be sharing with you my build for the gunner. This has been tested on extreme and insane. All mods and all perks used have been tested working. To start off with, we have 3 different weapon selections for our primary weapon. Top pick for me is the Grupa. For the Grupa, and I'll get into why, we're going to be running the green dot sight, the drum magazine, and the recoil booster. Second pick is the Twilight. For the Twilight, you use the tactical scope, armor piercing rounds. If you have a recon, you can also run assault magazine, and if you don't, you could run extended field mag. For the muzzle, you're going to be running the tanker brake, and if you don't want to use a burst rifle or DMR, you could use the Kramer or the pulse rifle. Kramer is the better pick. It's a little bit harder to control the recoil on your overclock. Next up for our secondary, we're going to be running the pump shotgun. For the mods, you'll be running the hybrid sight for the weak point damage and as well the accuracy a little bit, fire rate, magazine capacity, and a little bit on the stability, and weak point damage and a little bit for the effective. For your consumables, you're going to want to run the cryogrid and the drone. In any extreme or insane run, you're going to want at least 6 cryogrids. So as a team, your team composition, ideally, generally, all of you want cryogrids. If you can get away on a board with not using 9 cryogrids, you think, and you want to bring 6, but personally recommend 9 cryogrids, 3 to 6 vulnerability assessment drones, and the rest in landmines or sentries, whatever you feel is best for that board. So on to the perks. So for our perks, we're going to be running the 2-3 cooldowns and the 3 duration. So with this build right here, you will get 10 seconds on your overclock. For your duration, you will get a 32-second cooldown time. And with the Grupa, you can fire 133 rounds. Keep in mind with that grouping right there, with the aim assist, those would have basically been all headshots on a drone at that distance. You might have to, if you're firing long range on dudes, do a little bit of burst firing and go from the chest to the head and kind of split your weak point damage. But when you're not using the overclock, it's very easy to control. So moving on, if you don't run the quick load interlink, I don't know what you're doing. This instantly reloads your gun and gives 50% reload team to your entire team. So when you gotta go kill those drones, warriors, all the big xenomorphs, and even the groups of prowlers, bursters, this allows anybody else with a pump shotgun to also go in and get multiple clips off. So if they spent all their ammo, which they shouldn't, they should have basically a full clip and waiting on you to actually hit it. But they can get off a full clip if they have all their ammo already loaded, and then they'll reload again. They'll still be able to go on your 10-second duration and basically dump the second clip as well. Now, the thermal venting is going to be eventually, potentially replaced with targets acquired. You can try this right now. I heard from like one person that claimed it really did work for him. For most people, a couple people that I know I played with for a long time and myself, currently this is broken and doesn't work and won't reduce your cooldown as well. Well, it won't reduce your cooldown at all. But eventually you could look into swapping out thermal venting or the max ammo if you have the recon or you want to be a little bit more conservative for the targets acquired. If you drop this and you went for targets acquired, I still would keep the rest of the build, including suppressive fire, and I would kind of wait for a 1 perk slot that I could kind of put wherever. But for the moment, that doesn't work at all. I'm assuming you can test it out, see if it works for you. But in any case, we're going to be running thermal venting right now because people I've talked to and myself, that perk does not work. And we're going to be running mobility, which grants movement speed, stun recovery, and our stay on target duration. Just as you saw right there, that does increase our own fire rate. We're going to be running the 2 frag mods for the additional damage and the knockdown. definitely want that knockdown and the bleed so we do more damage, and we're temporarily knocking down the group of enemies, especially on Extreme and Insane. You're not really killing anything instantly with your frag besides runners, so you want to knock those targets down. Next up we have Focus Fire. This stacks so quickly, as well as Suppressing Fire. With the group on every hit, you're going to be getting like 2 to 4 stacks. It's weird. So the group of fires 3 bullets, right? But sometimes when you fire it, it instantly registers as 5 stacks, just off one burst. So I don't know why that happens, but off one burst on the group, sometimes we can instantly get 10% damage for our entire team on that target, as well as slowing down that target by 25%. So sometimes you get 2 stacks, sometimes you get 4 stacks, and sometimes you get 5 stacks. So in any case, for one burst, it's really good, and by the time you hit that second burst, they're already at 5 stacks. So it is that combo right there on the bottom is really nice. And that is my build for the gunner. I'll have all the other ones up in the description soon. Just awaiting uploading for the phalanx and the doc, which at the moment really don't have. The doc has like a semi-limited ability to play in Extreme and Insane, and at the moment with the new update I do have to test the phalanx and see if he has any credibility. Previously he did not, but that is my build for the gunner. I hope that helps.